Choliwa, Vinny,
Choliwa,
question
Vinny,
mark,
Jadong, Oz, as we kick off our first qualifying match here on Hardwire LE. We're, of course, in the top right-hand corner of the map, spawning all the way in the top right-hand corner. We have the orange Protoss player coming out from the land of China. He's, of course, going to be representing his team, SSTL, the Starved Camels themselves. He is Firefly.
it's SSLT,
Wait, what? Wait, what did I say?
SSTL.
Is that what I... Wait, is that what you... Wait.
And spawning in the bottom left-hand corner of Hardwire LE, we have the Chinese Terran player himself. He is ready, just took down Jolly Willows 2-0, and now he's up against another Protoss player. Representing Invictus Gaming, Team IG, it is XY.
Did I say SSTL?
Yes.
What's the difference?
God damn it, Yaku. Oh, God. It's all good. It's all good.
And speaking of good, Firefly. Coming up here after knocking down Silky into that lower bracket. And of course, PvT, much different matchup than PvZ, and one that I think XY is particularly confident in. I have to wonder what Firefly's MO is in this matchup, as we were just able to see a little bit of what XY likes to do.
Yeah, like again, it's a bit of a shame that we didn't get to see Firefly versus Silky. I'm legitimately very surprised that Firefly 2-0'd him. I'm so interested into how that series went, especially because it was faster than ours. Like it went by relatively quickly, all things considered. So yeah, I have to wonder what happened there, especially because Silky was really impressing us in the open qualifiers. So it's great to see that Firefly is seeming to be still in form.
Yeah, it's that camel incentive. I'm telling you, Light.
Yeah, there you go. It's all about that hump.
Yeah.
I don't know where you're going with that, but okay, there we go.
I don't really know either.
It's getting late. It's fine. It's fine.
Yeah.
Don't worry about it. Oh god. As so far everything's looking pretty standard. You know, we have another Twilight Council opening here. Unfortunately, still no Stargate. Maybe one of these days we'll get you your DTs.
Oh man. We'll probably get it if we cast Jim, but yeah, that'll be at some point later on the line. So yeah, very nice and standard coming out from our players. Of course, they are playing on the Chinese server, so they don't have to have ping. They don't have to keep ping into account.
Mm-hmm.
Well, depends. You know, they could be playing in. They could be playing in the central area of China, and the servers could be located in the east. But I doubt it. I doubt it.
Regardless, the Reaper does get into the main base, and he will be able to get a full scout of said main, confirming that Blink is on the way. The gases have been taken as well. Just, you know, doing whatever he can, being as annoying as possible, getting one probe.
Yeah, more importantly, keeps that Reaper alive, so it can dip in and have a follow-up scout if need be, or he can use it to distract the attention of Firefly a little bit as he sets up for not another mine drop. Okay, he has got the 2 mines, yeah? As he sets up for another mine drop.
Yeah, they were just hiding there in the middle line, just in case it was a Stargate opener. You know, they would be able to hunt down or chase down that Oracle. But the drop is headed across the map. But just because the drop is going now, doesn't mean that it's going to hit anytime soon.
Yeah, as he proved to us on Berlingrad.
Yeah. No, patience.
Patient man.
Yeah, patience is a virtue, you know. Sometimes just wait 5 minutes, come in, and then kill 23 drones, you know, 23 probes.
Yeah.
I didn't even get to, like, express my excitement. The fact that he went in, he killed 13 probes, and then he saved the... He saved the Widow Mines. which is, like... Which is even crazier.
And got 8 more.
Yeah. Crazy.
He's being patient a little bit once again, but once he scouts that third base, I think he should just about feel prompted to move across the map. Firefly has seen this, and he's slowly moving his way back home, warping in a couple of stalkers as well. Recalls, because he is feeling very pressured to deal with this drop.
Yeah, exactly, but it's okay because a drop is not a drop. He just goes towards the top right-hand corner of the map, and he will come out when he is ready. So Firefly is going to have to bear this in mind in the back of his, or keep this in the back of his mind, to, you know, keep units here just in case that drop comes out.
And you don't want to pressure XY too much, you know. Feels a little shy. He'll come out with the drop. He'll drop when he's ready to drop.
Yeah. I mean, he's old. He's like a turtle, you know. He's hiding in a shell. Then when he comes out, he just kills everyone.
Exactly. It's like hibernation, you know?
There you go. Oh, God.
He's like Dark King.
Meanwhile, we do have the Raven moving out across the map again. So this is like XY so far just playing very similarly to how he played his previous CVP.
Yeah, harassing a little bit in the early game, not overcommitting to anything, just working on a very potent 2-base timing, which will hit just before he lands the third CC, I imagine.
Yeah, as the third CC is on the way, but in the main base, you know, not on location or anything crazy like that. Meanwhile, Firefly going for a massive gateway explosion, working on charge, working on +1. No robotic spay in sight.
Not yet, anyway, as you know, I think we've been able to witness a lot of mass gateway styles in PvT to daylight in recent weeks as well throughout these qualifiers, and the massive weakness is always that it doesn't scale particularly well as the game goes on.
Yeah, unless they get momentum, right? If like the dominoes start falling, then the swarm toss style just comes out on top. Meanwhile, the Raven will be able to catch one of these observers, again pulling away the attention of a bunch of these stalkers, but they're still here in the main, still keeping an eye on that drop.
Yeah, these 4 stalkers, man, if we watch the replay and we find out that these 4 stalkers not being in the fight is what loses Firefly an engagement, then I'm gonna have to question a lot.
We'll see. We'll keep an eye on it. Meanwhile, War Prism gets across the map. We do have charge already completed. A couple of Zelts we're gonna maybe sneak into the natural base. At the same time, double drop also going towards the main. Maybe looking to meet up with the Widowmites.
Yo, he'll pull the stalkers away.
Yeah.
And he'll dip into the dude. I like the idea of that. Raven still being annoying as always in that natural base. It's a couple of probes and delays the mining. Oh, I love this from XY. He wasn't being too trigger happy.
At the same time
with his auto turrets. And meanwhile, yeah, the mines are coming in. One of them will connect. And just like that, 4 more probes go down. Meanwhile, we still have that double drop, but actually XY, he's gonna wait.
Yeah, he's going to chill out here with the double drop. Meanwhile, the Raven is still alive in between the bases, so at any moment he can come in with another auto turret. All things considered, 8 probe kills. Not bad here, not bad, but it did cost him the life of those 2 Widowmites. Oh.
Yeah, which is arguably alright, but now Firefly is starting to reciprocate the damage quite a bit. 9 SCVs go down, and this is a pretty massive worker deficit that XY is carrying.
Yeah, it really is. Thankfully, he finally has that third base on location. He can start muling it heavily. He can start producing 3 SCVs at a time. But as you said, he has a little bit of catching up to do. Maybe he will with this massive push.
Oh yeah. He's not maxed out quite yet, but for all intents and purposes, he may as well be. Firefly hasn't quite been able to tech up just yet. He's only now researching Stormlight.
Hey, this is Templar Archives has been done for a while. I took note of that earlier, and it took him so long to start Storm. I think the only reason why he's doing it is because he saw the army coming. He's like, he's like, I need something, and I don't have a robotic spay. I need my Storm, so it's on the way. He's trying to chrono it as fast as he can. At the same time, in comes that drop.
And these 4 stalkers, they're still defending the homelands as I feel like the force fields actually help XY more than they help Firefly as they force so many mine shots on top of these zealots. But when it's all said and done, Archon volleys are really good, stalkers are really good, and XY is on the back foot.
Yeah, that was a bit of a questionable siege location there in between all of the bases. He basically got fully surrounded there by the Protoss army. XY forced to turn around. The drop in the main base was cleaned up without accomplishing anything.
And now he's gonna have to scramble for a defense. The Warp Prism was finished up. Firefly, can just warp in right on top of the face of XY. He is not gonna be hurting for reinforcements. He has, despite the mine drops and the harass earlier on, he has restabilized his economy. He's going to be able to continue to warp in and potentially also kill XY. He's forced to pull the boys.
Yeah, the boys are being pulled. You never like to see this. That the third base is being taken down by all of these Zealots. It's just an overwhelming force of Protoss here. Storm wasn't even necessary, mate.
What did we tell you, apparently? Or what did Firefly try to tell us, apparently? Yeah. As GG gets called, and Firefly will be taking game number 1.
GG. Again, I was so impressed with the push that was coming across the map for XY. But the force fields actually, even though they did end up protecting the tanks, there was a lot of bio that was trapped on the other side. Same with the Widow Mines as well, that the Zealots just engulfed completely. Wow.
Yeah. Very nice moves from XY over there, but in the end, wasn't quite able to break the
Camel's back.
To break the camel's back, yeah. To break the Firefly.
There you go. Yeah, solid game there by Firefly. But as a reminder, best of 5. We still got plenty more games to go.
Mm-hmm. At least 2. Ideally, 4.
Are you there? We're good.
I'm not this time. Yeah.
I don't know how to tell. I'll be honest. I don't know how to.
There are like Mandarin characters.
Oh no! Okay, I see it. Yeah.
It's gonna be awkward though if Firefly is over the host.
Mm-hmm.
But then we can just keep. An eye out if none of the rest of us. Yeah. All right.
Beautiful.
We've mathed this successfully as we continue our series now onto 2000's Atmosphere LE. Well, of course, in the top right-hand corner map, spawning all the way in the top right-hand corner, we have our red Terran player coming out from the land of China. He, of course, is going to be representing Invictus Gaming IG. He is XY.
And spawning in the bottom left-hand corner of 2000 Atmospheres LE, we have the Chinese Protoss player himself representing Team SSLT. It is Firefly.
Got a bit of a fun fact for you, Light.
Go for it.
XY is, in fact, the head of Clan XY fans.
Uh-huh.
Oh no, he's the subject of it. No, never mind.
What?
No, a pretty cool clan on the NA server I found. XY fans.
Yeah. There was a bit of a meme that started a while ago. That was what, actually 5 years ago?
Yep.
Oh god. Tis true. But, he does have his own fans out there. It's great to see.
Yeah. Scarlet is one of them. I believe Special is one of them too.
I don't know if the clan still exists, to be honest, but
I played against a member of that clan.
Really?
Yeah, so it does still exist.
There you go.
It hasn't been destroyed yet.
Beautiful.
You can never stifle the XY fans. Okay. If XY has only one fan, I am one of them.
Beautiful. Meanwhile, something interesting that happened here is that, if I'm mistaken, XY actually skipped his Reaper when Marine first instead.
Yeah, wants to get a much quicker reactor coming down here, and that's usually an indication that he is going for something pretty early on here. A lot of times, this can signal a 3 racks, but I don't know, I don't feel like that's what XY is going to be throwing out this game.
Yeah, I mean, the factory is on the way. I was kind of half anticipating an SCV to head towards the top left and just throw down another starport.
I was as well.
Oh, God.
Watch this SCV building the factory. It's going to go across the map.
I hope not, mate. I hope not, as it looks like it will be here in the main base. Firefly is switching things up, going for a Stargate.
Much different than what we've seen in the PvTs that we've had tonight, right?
Yeah.
And we'll have to see if he commits to a pretty mass Oracle style, or if he is just going to go straight into Phoenixes.
Yeah, we'll see what the plan is here, because just because you went for a Stargate doesn't mean you have to commit to Phoenixes. You can go for Oracles just for DPS and just for economic damage, but as we can see, no Oracles in sight.
Just gonna be Phoenixes for now, and that's pretty dang valuable in the PvT matchup. And your Trout control is pretty much a way to paralyze the Terran player. We talk about tanks, we talk about mines being the backbone of the Terran army. You know what happens when you remove the backbone?
What
It
happens?
gets floppy.
Uh-huh. There you go. So we'll see who ends up getting floppy here, as XY is still doing more of the same. Once again, going for another one of these Widowmine drops. Does have his Widowmine set up defensively just in case, you know, a Scratcher unit does come out, and the Phoenix has been revealed.
It has, so XY going to be taking this very, very seriously. He's actually building a Viking as well, just to try to counteract the Phoenix, or I guess more accurately, just trying to herd it into one of the Widow Mines.
Yeah,
and
with
of course, you know. No, I was just gonna say, and of course, it can also clean up after the Widow Mine. You know, it takes one single mine shot. It's not enough to kill the Phoenix.
And there we go, the first mine shot does go off. The Phoenix so weak, and the Marines need to get ever so closer, and there we go, the Viking comes out just in time.
Cleanup crew on arrival.
There we go, very nicely done here by XY. Just continuing to get another one of these Vikings out, just to be safe, just to be secure. And I'm curious to see when Firefly stops building his Phoenixes, because he only went up to 3.
Yeah. I guess he wanted to have 4. Okay, now he's getting another one.
Okay, I was a little bit concerned, because 3 is a really peculiar number to stop at, but okay, he's continuing production.
Yeah, I think the sweet spot for PvT is usually 5 or 6, so 3 is, like you were saying, not really gonna accomplish too much there. It may be able to pick up a couple of tanks, but, you know, since he is dedicated more into charge lots instead of Stalkers this game, he's not really gonna be able to shut them down unless he gets more Phoenixes out.
Yeah, and I guess the name of the game here is just Charge Lot Phoenix. That's a lot of gates, by the way. He just threw down 8.
And he has no gas.
Oh god, he has no gas here at his natural base, so Charge Lots, like Mass Charge Lots, is the name of the game here for Firefly to try and overwhelm his opponent. So far, this hasn't quite been scouted yet. XY, because his Widow Mines were kept at home, he never went for that drop. He never got a scout.
Yeah, it's so risky to try to go for a Widow Mine drop when you know your opponent's going Phoenixes like this. Especially when they have this many Phoenixes out, you know, you don't want to be losing that unnecessarily. So, a pretty nice adaptation from XY, but in the end, might be an adaptation that ends up killing him.
Yeah, hopefully we see something soon, whether it's a scan, whether it's, I don't know, a bio drop or something, to figure out what's going on, because, mate, there are going to be a lot of Zealots coming out real soon.
There are a lot of Zealots out already, but
yeah,
there's going to be even more. Plus 1 armor has finished up for him, so it's going to take a long, long time to kill these Zealots.
Yeah, and it looks like he's just going to go for it already. We do have Stim completed for this bio, but he does try to retreat back to the bunker.
And he's doing a pretty dang good job of kiting these Zealots back. He's forcing them up a ramp, but in the end, he is forced to cancel his 3rd CC. Very surprising that he didn't build in the main base.
I was going to say the exact same thing. I'm like, it's such a shame that he didn't make it in the main. Oh god, because of this 3rd is going to be so delayed.
Yeah, what was it, like 3/4 done by the time he was forced to cancel it, so that's always heartbreaking when you get so far, but try so hard, but in the end, you're forced to cancel.
Yeah, exactly. Meanwhile, we do see Firefly isn't tunnel visioning on just pure charge lots. He's getting Blink, he's taking, or he should be taking his gases soon. He's working on that Templar Archives to eventually work on Storm. So Firefly, again, just in really nice control right now after that denial.
Yeah, getting up to 4 bases at this point.
Yeah.
It's double the amount of XY. His tech is really starting to blow up. Charged Archon is going to be the name of this game, with a couple of Stalkers to support.
Just delayed the CC even further, by the way.
Wow.
No, not like this. Meanwhile, the Phoenixes overextend a little bit here. 3 of them get sniped.
And if that ain't poking the bear, I don't know what is. I would not be surprised if XY just decides to pack it up, move across the map of everything he's got.
Spoil the boys.
Is he blocking himself off of that supply depot?
I hope not. Yaku, I would tell you that I hope that there is room for a CC here. I believe in XY.
Yeah?
We'll keep an eye on that. Oh god. As again, there aren't too many Phoenixes remaining here. To be fair, there's not much for them to really do other than just their sheer DPS. There aren't really many tanks here. There aren't any Widow Mines. It looks like XY wants to go straight for the base, but there are so many Zealots waiting for him, and he's going for a surround! Oh no!
And it's going to be tough for him to even pick up and leave. Now, he does have the mines, a little bit of a minefield, but that's not something that... That's something that Revelations and Phoenixes can clear. He did block himself. Yeah. He did block himself. No! Things are just not going his way at all.
I mean, he still has a pretty terrifying army. You know, that's what he has going his way. But he has to be careful because Firefly just keeps maneuvering with his Zealots. Like, he keeps setting himself up for a big flank. Going in.
Like, XY has a really potent and strong army, but Firefly is an army that is much more maneuverable, can really take advantage of the wide open areas, and more importantly, it's very hard to kill. His 2-2 is about to finish up, and XY is still on 1-1.
Yeah, I like how you're saying his army is it's literally pure Zealot. Like the swarm is here. It's basically going like mass Ling, but instead just mass Zealot, and it's kind of working here. We do have a couple of Widow Mines, and honestly, these Widow Mine shots are going to be so crucial.
If you can pull off. You have a lift on one of them. One mine shot does go off, the second one as well, but it's nowhere near enough to stem the tide of Zealots. Look at it, like it's like a force of nature coming down. It's like a tornado.
It's a wave. It's a wave of Zealots. Oh my god.
It's just destroying everything in its path. They're like locusts.
This is disgusting. Every single Widow Mine keeps getting picked up. Someone stop this man! Oh my god!
You can't keep getting away with it! Look at how little room XY has left to kite
He's
back.
He's running out of map!
Finally, he's running out of map. He's completely run out of map, and he has been able to stem the tide for now.
Yeah, but you know what? We have some reinforcements, mate. They are coming on in. We have a lot of medevacs here, but Blink Stalkers is going to make short work of that as XY is forced all the way back home.
He's gonna run out of map again, isn't he?
Oh, the Liberators get focused on both of them, actually.
Yeah, as much as it does look like XY has twice the army supply, or just about twice the army supply of Firefly, he's also got 6 medevacs.
Got 8.
That alone takes... He's got 8 medevacs! That alone, if I'm not mistaken, takes up roughly 24 supply. Okay, so it takes up a lot of supply is what I'm getting at.
Yeah. What we will say is that this army from Firefly doesn't have a lot of longevity, right? We always kind of bring this up. That's why we need something a little bit more sophisticated. We still don't have a Storm. We do have a Tempo Archives, but Storm was never started. We have very limited splash damage available. But here we go. Here come those Disruptors. They just started, by the way.
Yeah, I was just about to ask if Firefly's Robo Bay got taken out earlier on in the initial push, but I guess not. He just hasn't really been able to.
He doesn't know! He thought there was only one!
This is Big Brain by
Oh
Firefly.
My god!
XY's gonna think, did I kill you?
Yeah!
You're a ghost?
Was that a Haluk? What is happening?
No, that was real, but so is this.
Yeah, exactly. The double War Prism strats. Meanwhile, Zealot's got a full surround on the Engineering Bay, and it looks like +2 will be denied.
Yeah, once again, just going to continue to maintain his upgrade lead. The Bio doesn't even know where it wants to go right now. The Armory gets taken out, so yeah, he actually can't even reproduce +2 weapons now. I believe he should be able to still get +3 armor if it doesn't get cancelled.
Oh my god, exactly. Meanwhile, Firefly is about to rock up here at the 3rd base, this time with the Disruptors.
And not a lot of room to split here, but XY finds a way regardless.
He does. He's able to force himself back. Meanwhile, XY, he establishes a 4th base. Like, it took him so long to get Destroyed up and running, but now, because of all this aggression, he's been able to take another base. He's now maxed out. He is ready to go. Just not the best upgrades.
Yeah, it's a bit of a tough call for him to make right now. I mean, you could argued that maybe he should wait a little while, get his ghosts out, get his upgrades up and running, as Firefly is now on 3-3, but at the same time, he needs to do something to keep it back.
Yeah, and this is not it, mate. We do have a bit of a Zealot run by here at that third base. Meanwhile, half the army gets caught out.
Immediately surrounded by the Stalkers. Look how long it takes to kill the Protoss army. That's the power of having better upgrades. Not having your upgrades cancelled.
Yeah, exactly. Meanwhile, the rest of the army of XY is going to be able to meet up here at the third, push the Protoss army away, but not before losing 8 of these SCVs.
Yeah, still technically ahead when it comes to worker count, funnily enough, but yeah, he hasn't really been able to leverage that into anything more concrete. Beautiful force fields, cutting the army completely in half, but the Purification Nova in the end wasn't quite able to take advantage of that.
Yeah, we are lacking. Oh, we're lacking Zealots, but the Nova goes off once again, connecting with the Bio, with those Marauders, and we do see he's going to try and target down whatever he can, but the Zealot reinforcements are here.
They are here, and the Bio army of XY is so oversimmed. Has been able to take out the Archon, so that's at least one less worry for him. But the results are coming in. XY's running out of map again. GG is called just before the Purification Nova lands on those SCVs, and Firefly finds himself a match point.
Yeah, I am in shock. I am in shock and awe that worked, by the way. Like, it seemed like a couple of times Firefly was running out of steam. Which kind of makes sense, right? He didn't have a War Prism, he couldn't warp in across the map. But overall, it's important to take note that his economy was largely left intact.
Yeah.
Because he could just keep up that momentum regardless.
He really could. That's the power of 4 bases. It was doing a really good job of also deflecting the initial couple of pushes that XY was throwing his way, and after that he just contained him for so long in 3 bases. Took over the entire map control, or took over control of the entire map, and just utilized it really well.
Yeah. I think the thing that I'm a little bit concerned by is that this is not the only region that just pure Swarm Toss works, and and I don't know if that's the kind of meta that I want StarCraft to shift in, it's
That is, well, I can tell you that as a Terran player, I'm not looking forward to having to face this on the ladder.
Yeah. For those wondering, when you're approaching a Protoss player that goes for this kind of style, it is really difficult to engage in the middle of the map. As we saw a wave of Zealots just chasing down the Bio army, and he just had to kite the way all the way back home. When ideally you want some SimCity, you want some terrain to work with, to force these choke points, to force these kind of funnels, and then you can deal with it.
Yeah, that's definitely the ideal. But hopefully, a Terran player here in the top left-hand corner map, starting all the way in the top left-hand corner of Curious Minds LE, will be able to find an adaptation to that. We'll be able to find a solution, as he is now down 0-2 in this best-of-5 qualification match. If he loses this, he has a second chance, actually, in the lower bracket. He's going to be representing Invictus Gaming. IG! He is XY.
And spawning in the bottom right-hand corner of Curious Minds LE, we have the Chinese Protoss player himself representing Team SSLD. It is Firefly.
And that's something you mentioned about the Swarm Toss style that I definitely agree with you there. It almost feels like when you were mentioning, just how Protoss takes control of the middle of the map, and Terran is gonna have to retreat to SimCity to fight that. It almost feels like it flips the dynamic of TVP, where typically the Terran player wants to be the aggressor. They want to move across the map, and they want to maybe catch a couple of Protoss units in the middle, and then keep pushing, and then get some damage done. Now it definitely, with this style though, it definitely feels like the Terran player has to turtle up a little bit more, has to focus more on going for drops or other forms of harass before trying to bait, and then try to bait the Protoss army into their entrenched position.
Yeah. Fun fact, I'm pretty sure, because I think I saw Ranger mention, I'm pretty sure that's how Ranger beat Piglet, by the way, in that tour.
Well, you said that Piglet was just playing really passively.
Yeah, exactly. Well, I mean, the point of that being that Ranger got up to a mass amount of bases where he just could just send wave after wave of units, you know.
True.
But yeah, like as a Terran player, you do have to approach it in a very different manner, right? And I think that can be maybe sometimes jarring to certain players because they're not used to it, you know. Because it is very different.
And I personally refuse to get used to it.
You're like, I will lose all my MMR, okay?
I
will not change.
It's before I change how I play.
It's the kids that are wrong, okay?
Yeah.
I am still hip.
It's like, I'm still gonna do 4 Reaper, 4 Hellion every single game. You can't stop me. You can kill me, but you can't stop me.
Speaking of, we do see a Zealot and an Adept getting across the map. Thankfully, the bunker finishes up just in time, so they can't really contend too much with this area. But wherever the bunker is not, they do pick off 2 more SCVs. They pick off one of the Marines as well. Oh my god, no! Oh, can't lose too much here, as he may even force his way into the main.
Yeah, XY just keeps on coming, and he doesn't stop coming. Like, this Marine is gonna pop off. Thankfully, he was able to retreat to a bit of a safer location, but yeah, that location ain't safe anymore.
Yeah, exactly. Looks like finally the Zealot will be dealt with, but the 2 Adepts now in the main base will be able to kite to their heart's content. Oh no, this is surround!
Yeah, oh, another surround as the Shades surprisingly go back into the main base.
Yeah.
And, yeah, this is finished right now for Firefly, but only for the time being, as a Dark Shrine is on the way. He is getting a proxy gateway, and honestly, this one Zealot and 2 Adepts have done plenty of damage already. There we go. We thought we would have to try to catch Jim to see some DTs, but Firefly, he knows what the fans want deep down in their hearts.
Exactly. So after that opener, by the way, Firefly has come out a little bit ahead in the economic damage, and upon going into this Twilight Council, he'll go straight into a Dark Shrine. I love the way that Firefly really set this up, because as we can see looking at XY's vision, he hasn't scouted at all. He hasn't had an opportunity to, because he lost his Reaper, because of all that aggression. He is stuck at home, and he doesn't know about the potential of these DTs.
I'm hoping he saves a scan. And
he does not.
Knew it. Yeah.
He does not have a scan, Papi. The DTs are coming in the main base. Will he have enough? No, at the moment he does not. He's losing workers after workers.
But pretty soon he's gonna have a scan.
He will.
Pretty soon.
He will. He's losing his Marines, Papi. He's losing his Marines. Oh god, he's busting in. That's it. It's over.
GG is called. And Firefly is going to be our first player advancing to the next stage into the main event of the DreamHack Masters Valencia China Regional. Very massively done here for Firefly, taking the clean sweep 3-0, showing off some very aggressive macro styles in the first 2 games, and then a very well mind-gamed proxy DT build in game number 3.
I am shooketh, mate. I am just absolutely shooketh. GG, well played. Congratulations to Firefly, as he does take the series 3-0. And he qualifies, mate. He's through.
Yeah, he doesn't really have to worry about anything for until the bracket is released for the main event itself, which should be out in a couple of days. But yeah, for the rest of the evening, he is free to relax and watch the rest of the tournament.
There you
go. There we go. You're still in disbelief.
I'm in disbelief, man. Oh my god. It's such a shame that he just didn't have enough energy on either of his CCs. He was muling. Again, he didn't scout, so we didn't know if it was a Stargate opener again, or if it was a Twilight Council. Even if it was a Twilight Council, he wouldn't know if it was Blink or not, unless he saw, right? Unless he had something across the map.
Yeah, but that's the thing about DTs, like, you don't see him. That's the point.
Yeah, you don't see him unless you see him.
Yeah.
How it works.
It's simple as.
Oh. Well, GG, congratulations once again to Firefly and XY. If you're an XY fan, do not fret because he is knocked out. He is not knocked out of the tournament. He's just knocked down to the lower bracket.